Do you think we're coming towards an end of the single store owner? Do you see it going that far, or do you think that there will always be single store owners? There'll just be more multi-store owners, and those multi-store owners might have more businesses.
Yeah, I think it's more the latter. I can't think of another industry that's as fragmented as our business, right? So even with all that we just talked about, if we think there are still about 29,000, 29.5 out there, we can count the number of people with 80 or more stores on one hand, right? The number of people with 100 or more stores, perhaps on one finger. So when it's all relative, right? So yes, there is a lot more multiple store ownership, and the number of 10s and 20s and 30s is definitely way up. But still, I mean, that's just a minuscule amount of consolidation given the total number of units that are out there. So I do think that there will always be a role for the single store owner. If anything, just for the fact that most everyone starts with one.
Right.
There's some exceptions. More often seeing people that maybe jump in with 2 or 3 acquisitions, but more often it's a progression, right? You've lived it. You get the first store and you kind of get your feet wet and take a few dents and dings, and you kind of learn some things, and you get store 2 and store 3. And I just think that will always be a part of the evolution of people growing into the business, going from part-time, the story, working the day job, working the career job with the one store, working the nights and weekends, and really pushing, and then getting to a certain tipping point where that becomes your full-time gig because you've got multiple locations. You can replace that corporate salary. That origin story, much more interesting than the origin story I gave you for me, is really how these great members of ours have really planted the flag, taken great care of customers, and are starting to build wealth for themselves.
Yeah.